Did you know that the egg you consider so healthy could be silently destroying your memory? What if I told you that the way you prepare this common food every morning could be sabotaging your brain day after day? That's right. After the age of 60, every food choice has an even greater impact on your brain. And that fried egg for breakfast may be accelerating your memory loss without you even realizing it. Studies show that 70% of people over 60 make this silent mistake every day, mistaking the symptoms for normal aging. The most alarming part? This mistake is related to a nutrient essential for memory that can be completely wasted depending on how you prepare your egg. This is a hidden danger that few doctors mention, but that science has already confirmed. I am Dr. Sofia Martin, a specialist in brain health and healthy aging. For over 20 years, I have been helping men and women over the age of 60 maintain an active mind, a strong memory, and balanced mental well-being. My work focuses especially on how small changes in diet can have profound impacts on cognition during aging. As a neuropsychologist specializing in brain nutrition, I have developed specific protocols to protect and restore cognitive function through simple adjustments to the daily diet. I have seen incredible transformations in patients who have implemented these changes in their routines, and today I am going to share with you one of the most important discoveries of my career. Watch this video until the end to find out exactly how to consume eggs the right way to protect your memory without sacrificing flavor and with real benefits for your mental health. I will reveal the most common mistake in egg preparation that is directly related to memory loss in people over 60. You'll understand what science already knows, what many professionals don't tell you, and most importantly, what you can start changing today to protect your mind. If you feel like you're becoming more forgetful, that words escape your mind, or that names don't come as easily as they used to, this video could be a turning point for your mental health. Before we begin, tell us in the comments which city or country you are watching this video from right now. I am curious to see how far this information will reach. For decades, eggs have been viewed with suspicion. First, they said they were bad for your health because of cholesterol. Then, they recanted and considered them superfoods. Amid all this, many people were confused, and rightly so. According to the World Health Organization, more than 300 million people worldwide suffer from some form of cognitive decline, and this number is expected to double by 2050. What's most concerning is that many of these cases could be prevented or delayed with simple dietary changes. Today, 50% of people over the age of 65 report memory problems. But most believe this is simply a normal part of aging. It is not. Accelerated memory loss is a warning sign, not an inevitable fate, and what you put on your plate every morning may be contributing significantly to this problem. The truth is that yes, eggs have a direct relationship with brain health, and this connection has a name: choline. The problem is that the way most people prepare eggs may be eliminating all the benefits and even causing damage to the brain. Choline is an essential nutrient found mainly in egg yolks. It participates in the formation of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that is fundamental for memory, concentration, and reasoning ability. Without enough acetylcholine, the brain begins to function like a radio with a weak signal. Information comes and goes, but nothing remains clear for long. Imagine your brain as a city with millions of messengers, neurotransmitters, carrying information from one neighborhood to another. Acetylcholine is like the chief messenger responsible for delivering the most important messages: your memories, learning, and reasoning. Without this messenger, information gets lost along the way. Our bodies can produce a small amount of choline on their own, but this production is very small and decreases with age. In other words, after the age of 60, it is best to ensure that this nutrient is obtained through diet, and eggs are one of the most accessible and complete sources. A study by Boston University followed more than 2,500 people for 10 years and found that those with higher choline intake, especially through eggs, had significantly better results on memory tests and were at lower risk of developing dementia. However, it's not all rosy. How you prepare eggs can determine whether the choline is well utilized or simply wasted, and that's where the danger lies. Many people believe they are making a healthy choice by including eggs in their diet, but they make subtle mistakes that compromise all the benefits for the brain. How can you tell if you are suffering the effects of this dietary mistake on your memory? Pay attention to these signs. First, you notice that you start to forget common words during conversations, as if they were on the tip of your tongue, but you can't access them. Second, you repeat the same questions or stories to the same people without remembering that you have done so before. Third, you have difficulty following the thread of a conversation or the plot of a movie, as if you were missing pieces of information along the way. Fourth, you need to make lists for tasks that you used to do naturally because you no longer trust your memory. Fifth, you forget appointments or where you put everyday objects such as keys, glasses, or your cell phone with increasing frequency. Sixth, you notice that you are more confused in new places or different routines, as if your brain takes longer to process changes. Seventh, and perhaps most worrying, you or your family members notice a change in your personality or mood, with more anxiety or irritation in situations that require memory. Have you experienced any of these symptoms? Be aware that they are often ignored or attributed to age, when in fact they may be related to how you consume your food, especially eggs. The most common and also the most silent mistake is to fry eggs in refined vegetable oil. Oils such as sunflower, soybean, or corn, when heated to high temperatures, turn into inflammatory compounds that directly damage brain health. When you fry the yolk in this type of fat, you oxidize the nutrients, reduce choline absorption, and even promote silent inflammation in the neurons. It's as if, instead of nourishing your brain, you were slowly setting it on fire day after day. Another common mistake is overcooking eggs. A very hard yolk loses some of its properties. The ideal is to consume it when it is still slightly creamy, as in an egg boiled for 6 or 7 minutes, for example. Also pay attention. Combining eggs with bacon, ham, sausages, or white bread turns a healthy breakfast into a memory bomb. These combinations promote inflammatory processes and overload the body with bad fats, excess salt, and chemical additives. The solution? Opt for boiled, poached, or scrambled eggs cooked over low heat. These preparation methods preserve nutrients, especially choline. Ideally, the yolk should be slightly soft, not raw, but not too hard either. This ensures better absorption without risks. If you choose to prepare eggs in a frying pan, use a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and low heat. Avoid refined oils or processed butter. Olive oil has anti-inflammatory properties and protects the brain. And don't forget, combine it with foods that enhance the positive effects. Good options include avocado, spinach, tomatoes, mushrooms, and seeds, such as chia or flaxseed. These foods are rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and fiber, everything the brain needs. I remember Antonio well, one of my dearest patients. He was 67 years old, retired, and lived in a small coastal town. He was a quiet man with simple habits. Like many of his generation, he started his day with a typical breakfast: 2 fried eggs, a few slices of bacon, white bread, and coffee with milk. He believed he was taking care of himself. After all, he didn't eat sweets, went for walks, and avoided excesses. What he didn't know was that this meal, repeated daily, was silently sabotaging his memory. Over time, he began to forget things. First, small oversights, names, appointments, misplaced objects. Then, difficulty following conversations and confusion with dates. When he came to see me, tests showed signs of mild cognitive impairment. When we analyzed his routine, it became clear. His seemingly harmless breakfast was overloading his brain with oxidized fats, silent inflammation, and a lack of essential nutrients. Antonio had no idea that this common mistake was erasing his memory, little by little, day after day. We implemented simple changes. We replaced fried eggs with eggs boiled for 7 minutes, swapped bacon for avocado, and white bread for a small portion of oatmeal with berries. In just 3 months, his family noticed significant differences. He was more present in conversations, remembered recent details, and even started playing cards with friends again, something he had given up because he could no longer keep up with the game. "Doctor, it's like the fog is lifting," he told me at a consultation 6 months later. I thought I was losing my mind, but I was just feeding it incorrectly. It is important to note that, although eggs are beneficial for most people, not everyone should follow the same recommendations. People with egg allergies should, of course, avoid them completely. Those with a history of serious cardiovascular disease should consult their doctor before increasing their egg consumption, although recent studies show that, for most people, moderate egg consumption does not significantly raise bad cholesterol. Patients with advanced kidney disease may need to limit their protein intake, including that from eggs, and should follow specific guidelines from their nephrologists. People with a history of gallstones or gallbladder problems may also need specific restrictions on egg yolk consumption. Always remember, natural foods also need to be respected and individualized. What works for one person may not be right for another. Therefore, before making any significant changes to your diet, consult a healthcare professional who knows your history and specific needs. Have you ever had an adverse reaction to eating eggs? Share your experience in the comments so we can learn together. Now that you understand the importance of choline for your brain and how to prepare eggs correctly, let's put together a complete protocol to protect your memory. First, eat 1 to 2 eggs a day, preferably for breakfast. Prepare them boiled for 6 to 7 minutes to leave the yolk slightly creamy, poached or scrambled over low heat with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Second, combine your eggs with antioxidant-rich vegetables such as spinach, tomatoes, mushrooms, or bell peppers. These foods enhance the beneficial effects of choline and add fiber and other essential nutrients to the brain. Third, add a serving of healthy fats such as 1/4 of an avocado, a tablespoon of chia or flax seeds, or 5 to 6 walnuts. These fats aid in the absorption of choline and contribute omega-3, which is essential for brain health. Fourth, avoid pairing your eggs with inflammatory foods such as bacon, sausage, ham, or processed cheese. Replace them with a small piece of fresh cheese or a thin slice of preservative-free turkey breast. Fifth, supplement your choline-rich diet with other neuroprotective foods throughout the day. Include fatty fish such as sardines or salmon twice a week, a daily serving of red fruits, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and a cup of green tea every afternoon. Sixth, drink at least 2 liters of water throughout the day. Proper hydration is essential for optimal brain function and aids in nutrient absorption. Seventh, combine your proper diet with moderate daily physical activity. A 30-minute walk, gentle swimming, or yoga can do wonders for brain circulation and enhance the benefits of your new neuroprotective diet. Remember, results are not immediate, but with discipline, in a few months you will notice a significant difference in your mental clarity, memory, and quality of life. Our memory is much more than simply remembering dates or names. It is the guardian of our identity, our stories, the moments that have defined who we are. Every memory of a hug, a piece of advice received, a laugh shared with those we love, makes up the fabric of our existence. When we take care of our memory, we are taking care of our personal history and our ability to continue creating meaningful moments with those we love. It is preserving the dignity of recognizing beloved faces, remembering family recipes, telling stories to grandchildren. As a brain health specialist, my commitment is to help you protect these precious memories. And the wonderful thing is that it's never too late to start. Your brain has an incredible capacity for regeneration and adaptation, even after the age of 60, 70, or 80. With small changes in your daily diet, such as the correct way to prepare and consume eggs that we learned today, you are taking important steps to ensure that your most precious memories remain vivid and accessible for many years to come. Life is made up of memories, and there are still so many to create and preserve. If this content has helped you in any way, please like this video, share it with someone you love, and leave a comment saying which city or country you are watching from. Your participation is very important to ensure that this message reaches more people who can benefit from it. Do you know anyone over the age of 60 who might be making this mistake with their eggs? Share this video with them. You may be helping to preserve their most precious memories. Soon, I will bring more videos with simple, scientific strategies to protect your brain and improve your quality of life. Turning on notifications is the best way to make sure you don't miss any important information. Thank you for taking the time to care for your brain health today. Taking care of your memory is taking care of your history, and there is still so much to live and remember.